Hi, this is the simplest way to find any file on your entire file system. It's a utility called Everything, or the Everything search engine. It's at voidtools.com. It's a free download. And the incredible thing about this is its speed. You can see how fast it pulls up files. And if you'll note, originally there were about 440,000 files. It takes a while to index them, maybe a minute or so, depending on the speed of your hard drive and your system. But once you've indexed them once, you can find virtually any file on your file system. So there's a test.txt file I had here. If I pull up the browser and create a new one, and then let's say we put a star up here. So we want to get or let's just do copy of. You can see the copy of testing. So it finds things immediately. Now if I go and delete that file, then you'll see that it goes away in the search results. So it's immediate, it's live on the file system, it's not using a static index. It actually sees all of the changes that happen in your file system. Let me just run through a few other features. You can export a list of whatever files you have, so I can save that out. Just overwrote the previous one that I'd done, and then you can see it just has the list that we saw in a text file. That can be kind of useful to see what files were there, and if you have a whole list of files you want to give to a friend, you can give them the whole index right there pretty easily. This doesn't really have much here. You can set it to match case. You can have it to match a whole word or a path, and then you can enable regular expressions, which can be really powerful. Some tools I want to show you are, well, the ETP and FTP server, that's a specific everything thing. It's an everything server, so it allows you to run a server on one end, and then you can have a different machine be the client to that server. So you could have, say, your laptop be looking at your desktop machine as the ETP server. The interesting thing, though, is the HTTP server. That allows remote users to search and access your files. So instead of file sharing, you just start the HTTP server. You may ask if you want to unblock it for the firewall, and you can say yeah. Be sure when you do use this, you don't leave it running unknowingly, because it will allow anyone to go to your file system and browse all the files on there. So if you just go to localhost, you'll see this everything page. You can then start browsing through, go into Windows, and see the entire file system. You can even see the contents of it. So you can browse everything you want. You can download the files. It's quite powerful. It's a really quick way to find something you want on a different machine. Just run everything, start the HTTP server, little web server, and then grab the files that you want. And the options aren't all that interesting. The cool thing is you can leave it basically at the default set of options and find anything you want. You can use wildcard. You can use the the asterisk and find what you want. One thing to note is it won't find anything in the contents of a file. This is simply searching the title or the text of the file name itself, not anything else. But it's really the fastest desktop search utility I've found, and if you use it, you will see the same as I did.